The theater of power. How the U.S. legalized corruption and serves a hidden cabal. The United States has long positioned itself as the global guardian of democracy, freedom, and the rule of law. Yet behind the patriotic stagecraft and bipartisan showmanship lies a political system so deeply and elegantly corrupt that it rivals, if not surpasses, the very regimes it so often criticizes. In fact, the corruption in the U.S. has become so thoroughly institutionalized and legalized that many so-called developing nations, especially in Africa, appear as mere apprentices in comparison. At the heart of this machinery is a mechanism that transforms criminal influence into lawful procedure, lobbying, and campaign financing. What would be considered bribery anywhere else in the world is sanctified in Washington, D.C. as a democratic right. Corporations, foreign lobbies, and billionaire-funded interest groups flood Capitol Hill with money, not for charity or civic duty, but to purchase influence, shape laws, and secure policy outcomes that protect their wealth and power. Elections in the U.S. have become high-stakes auctions. Political candidates are not chosen for their principles or vision, but for their ability to attract money. And those who win office, once indebted to their financial backers, spend their terms repaying these favors with legislation, deregulation, and silence. This isn't governance. It's servitude in a tailored suit. When their terms end, the cycle continues. Former presidents, senators, and secretaries do not retreat into obscurity. Instead, they launch glossy foundations or charities, thinly veiled financial conduits through which they collect their deferred payments from corporate sponsors and foreign governments. These foundations serve as the retirement packages of America's political elite, gilded pensions funded by past favors. Yet all of this appears legal. There are no investigations, no convictions, no scandal. Why? Because the thieves and the judges answer to the same cabal. This is not a conspiracy of shadows, but a cartel in plain sight. One that controls the media, the courts, the intelligence community, and the very legislative bodies meant to check corruption. The foxes are not just guarding the henhouse. They're writing the laws that make the theft permissible. In this system, party lines are a distraction. It makes no difference whether the president is a Democrat or a Republican. The names and slogans change, but the agenda remains intact. They are all married to different ideologies, but they share the same mistress: money. Loyalty to the people is cosmetic. Loyalty to capital is eternal. The tragedy is not only that this corruption exists, but that it has been normalized. The American public has been conditioned to believe that this is just how the system works, as if democracy was always meant to be for sale. Meanwhile, the rest of the world watches as the self-proclaimed beacon of liberty lectures others on good governance, while rotting from within. The U.S. political system is not broken. It is functioning exactly as it was redesigned to, a legalized empire of influence where power is traded, not earned, and where the rule of law bends quietly in service to the highest bidder.